Hello everyone, I'm Elena and this is Applewood Tarot. Today's video is another card comparison, where we look at various iterations of individual tarot cards to see how art affects our view of them and vice versa. As stated in my video on the Fool, this is not a how-to. I'll speak with the assumption that you already know something of the tarot. If you don't, go ahead and find a quick guide to get the gist of where I'm coming from. As before, I'll use the Waite-Smith as a standard. Now let's get started. If I were to sum up the Magician in one symbol, that symbol would be the wand. Wands direct magical energy. Like a conductor to his orchestra, the Magician uses the wand to communicate his desire to the world, and, depending on how well he does this, the world delivers it to him. The number 1 even looks like a wand. A wand is also something like a line, as in a line in the sand. There's 2 distinct ends and 2 sides to it, yet it's a single object. This is something like the paradox characteristic of this card. The Magician is both passionate and intellectual. He is a realist and a dreamer. He uses divine power to alter divine creation. He is an illusionist, but has the power to back it up. The Waite-Smith Magician is very ceremonial. His tools, posture, and dress are all purposeful. The colors speak to passion, optimism, and purity. Previously, I said the Fool was like a soul before it incarnates. The Magician is then the desire to bring something into being. It's similar to manifestation in that he identifies what he wants and uses learned techniques in order to bring it forth. He creates through purposeful action and proximity to the infinite. On the far left is the Magician from Shadowscapes Tarot. He is very focused on the task at hand. Hanging from his wings are objects that represent the elements, the things that helped him learn his craft. Their being behind him shows that they're in his past. He has mastered them. However, I wonder if those birds have any mischief in mind. They look as if they could easily untie the ribbons securing those objects, and so lose him his skill. This means in addition to his current work, he must also be sure to keep hold of what he wants to carry with him. Losing them may cause him to also lose his balance. Or I'm just being pessimistic and they're actually his allies. His horns and wings hint at his polarity. He is of both the earth and sky. He can fight and flee. He is guarded, but free. The wings themselves are black and white. This is similar to the Magician at the bottom right from Children of Letha. His body is also of the earth and sky, though made from a blend of spider and a flying insect. The choice of spider is interesting. They are crafty and multi-talented. They can be cute. They can be dangerous. They can be useful. They can be terrifying. All depends on purpose and perspective. Many people have a fear of all things creepy-crawly, but they can be fascinating when studied. It's important to keep our heads when dealing with them, to know when a freak-out is warranted and how to handle particular situations. Something about his expression makes me think he's up to something. It looks to me like he's experimenting and about to test what might be great for him, but will make others worry. The Magician likes to play God to a degree, and we all know that's at best a risky business. What kind of God does he want to be? What kind of God will he actually become? The background suggests he may be deep in the woods. Is this because he's being secretive? Or is it a reflection of his character? Trees are also deep in the earth and up in the sky. They can be deceptive. It's easy to lose your way if you're not careful. Next to him, at the bottom left, is Nicoletta Ceccoli's Magician. She more directly expresses the card's shape-shifting and possibly dangerous qualities. We see her in the process of becoming a big cat, a predator. We know that this is not a werewolf situation, and it's her choice to transform because of her dress. How we decorate our bodies reflects either how we feel or how we want to feel. The mask reinforces this. It was definitely a conscious decision to pull that out and notably place it on a staff or wand, a symbol of magic. So while we don't see her creating, we do see her in the act of changing one thing into another, in this case herself, with magic. We can question her purpose for doing so. As I said, big cats are predators, but this doesn't mean they're evil. These animal qualities are natural and exist in most, if not all of us. The question is then, is she shape-shifting to bring these qualities to her, or is she revealing what's already inside and allowing it to be put on display? How might her purpose change how we see her motivation? Then there's that bird in the corner. Where did it come from? Is it her pet, or did she go out and catch it? Is that why she became a cat? Does it represent a part of herself? Is it in a cage to make sure it stays trapped or to be kept safe? Is she protecting it, or does she plan to eat it? When it sings, does she listen to it, or is she annoyed? All of these depend on context and what jumps out to you at a particular moment. But asking these types of questions can really help stimulate your intuition and add to what can become a rote definition of the cards. At the top right is the magician from Queen Alice Tarot. Here he is represented by Cheshire Cat. I love this choice, and once again we see polarities contained in a single character. Throughout Alice in Wonderland, the Cheshire Cat is the only one to give Alice any real advice or aid. However, it comes in riddles and frustrating statements. Only if you already know what he knows does his help have value. It feels like he is everywhere and elsewhere at the same time. He seems aloof and above Wonderland's problems, yet he also seems to manipulate its happenings as he pleases. This is especially true in the scene depicted on the card. If I'm not mistaken, this is after Alice has reached the Queen of Hearts' garden and played a bit of croquet. Everyone is busy panicking about the Cheshire Cat's head floating in the sky, except for Alice, who by now is wiser to his ways. Cheshire Cat is mildly amused at the fuss and chooses not to de-escalate things by making the rest of his body visible and coming down to act like a somewhat normal creature. Is he purposely causing chaos, or simply being himself? I also note that he's the character Alice gets along with best as near equals. This is most likely because she's a cat owner, but everyone else she mentions it to flips out and thinks she's a horrible person. But Cheshire Cat, as I said, is practically of another world than Wonderland entirely. He's also a predator himself, like the previous magician. I focused a lot on the, let's call it, trickster aspect of this card. I see him this way because, yes, he is skilled in his craft and manifesting his desires. He is powerful and capable of altering the world. But he's also still young. He is the first major arcana and, as such, has yet to experience the fullness of life. He's like the older but still young child learning how to be selfish. The fool gave and received freely. The magician is wise to the world and manipulates the powers he finds in it. He is his own master. Again, this does not necessarily make him a bad person. And depending on context, this may not be what I pick up about him in a reading. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me and listening to me ramble. I know these aren't the most exciting videos, but I like to see how cards vary and look and meaning. This series is for anyone else who also likes to do this. If you have any additional thoughts or perspectives, feel free to leave it in the comments and get a conversation started, or at least other people thinking. Thank you again, and I hope you make your day the best it can be. See you next time.